One season as managers of Everton with tycoon money. Who wins out of me or my dad? Yes, Everton have had some money troubles for a while now, but some light at the end of the tunnel as they finally have a takeover happening. So Dad and I thought Everton would be great to try and challenge each other across one season with £150 million in the transfer budget. But of course, because I won the previous challenge, I have an extra £50 million to add to the budget. So with that in mind and no tactical restrictions, place your bets on who wins between Dad and I across one season with Everton, as the winner will be determined by a point system where just finishing later on in a cup competition can snag you a win. Now, my first signing was bringing Tomori back to the Premier League. Everton have two average defenders in Branthwaite and Tarkowski, and he's a big upgrade, costing me £60 million. My next signing was Kamara from Aston Villa, as I feel Onana was never replaced in this Everton side, and that was another £56 million. So with £116 million spent, in came Brace Mendes, as we make our way through the spine of the team, and he's an exciting player who can create a lot of chances and cost me £38 million. But Everton are a team of big lads, and this man only takes me more towards the land of the giants as Vedat Mariki becomes an Evertonian, a fantastic target forward to rotate with Calvert-Lewin and Beto, £20 million totaling a massive £174 million. And so with that being said, my last signing needed to give me depth and cover in multiple positions, and Marusic does that in both full-back roles and costing just £12 million to take my total to 186 out of my 200 million. Tactically, I did something I don't normally like doing and built a system around the players at my disposal, meaning we have two forwards, a cam, as well as just one winger, and other than Mendes in the 10, I am happy with the strongest 11 picks, as we look to overlap down the right, run up defence, and stay fairly narrow in possession. I was confident we would start well and possibly overachieve for Everton, but the first few matches really shocked me, because we won all 4 games and have yet to concede a single goal in the Premier League. But what has my dad done with this Everton team? Well, Dad, I've started very well.
Well, I'm a bit nervous now.
Yeah?
Oh, you conceded 1 goal and that was in the cup, so yeah, good start.
I mean, you took a hammering in the last time we done one of these challenges in the comments.
Yeah,
I think rightfully so.
Yeah, my tactics wasn't too good, was it? And I don't think I should have picked the goalkeeper.
So do you think you've redeemed yourself with the £150 million at Everton?
I think I've bought better this time, and I've really studied into my tactics, so I've sort of looked a bit more into it, better than I did last time. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So I'll be disappointed if I'm not a lot closer to you or even beat you on this one.
Okay. Well, I like the confidence. That's good for me.
I'm a bit worried now. I've seen your way you started though.
Well, of course, you did have £50 million less than I did for winning the last challenge.
Yeah.
But £150 million
Still good for this
Everton,
league. Yeah.
Still really good.
Yeah.
And you didn't spend it all.
No, I didn't know.
But there is a familiar name. Because we both ended up signing the same player, hilariously, in Vedat Mariki.
I just think he was a good price for what he is. He is a good target striker, and when you got the other striker, Dominic Lewin, you might as well have him beside him then, didn't you, really? So it's quite funny how we both picked the same striker though, isn't it?
Yeah, I spent £20 million on and you spent £19 million, so very similar in terms of price as well. I think you signed more players though, Leon Bailey being the first.
Yeah, I thought this was a really good signing for Everton, to be honest with you. And seeing I've got a target striker in there, this guy could play on both wings, so I'd have been silly. Yeah, I'd have been silly not to buy this guy, really.
Yeah, both went for a Villa player, funny enough. Yeah, so Vedat Mariki, Villa player, both check. Let's see who else you've brought in. Now, we've also got here Axel Witsel, going for somebody with a lot of experience, a 34-year-old centre mid.
I thought at that price it was a bargain, really good experience. He is a defensive midfielder, so when I seen him at that price, I thought, I'm having him in. Because obviously I've got to be a little bit careful with the money I was spending. Or I left a little bit in the kitty, but I didn't know at the time when I was buying this player that I'd have that much left over.
Yeah, and of course, we're only doing one season. So bringing in a 34-year-old with 18 natural fitness is going to be good to go throughout the whole year. Then we've got Juan Foyth, so going for an ex-Spurs player here at the back. You can play right back, centre-back. Right back, so and like you say, he can play the second role in the centre-back as well. So I thought it was a good signing. Yeah, he's solid. Really, he's a player I actually looked at before I ended up going for the players that I went for. Caio Henrique at left back. Now I'm surprised. Obviously, last time I was surprised where the goalkeeper you went for, given that Man United had a good goalkeeper. I thought one of the players that I didn't have to touch on the pitch was left back. So it was interesting that you've gone for one.
I just thought this guy was a little bit better. I just really wanted to sort of strengthen my defence up completely because I knew that's where might be a weakness of conceding goals. So that's what I was doing, really. I can let him fight it out between the two, really.
Yeah.
I've got two really good left backs. That's the way I was looking at it.
Yeah, Mikalenko and Kyle Enrique.
Yeah.
No Leighton Baines, but still. Bafodi Diakate was the final signing, £17 million. So your total was nowhere near the 150.
No.
Close to, but nowhere near actually going over.
I mean, that's the right back, centre back, and left back I've just signed, really. So complete back four, really. They can fight it out between them then. So I just felt I had a stronger defence, and I got a good target striker with a winger. So I'm quite happy where my squad's ended up, really, to be honest with you. And I had a little bit left over. All right, I could have spent a bit more money, but there was no one else I could bring in to sort of strengthen what I already had, I felt.
I did find that I was struggling to find the calibre of player that would come to Everton to improve it.
That's right, yeah. That's what I found as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I was disappointed at the end. I had 12 million left over when I felt I could have probably put that towards another player if I didn't buy that sort of one that I bought for like 4 or 5 million, was it? But I'm happy with that player, though. He was good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
So, what system are you playing? Of course, we don't have restrictions on this. You can play any tactic you like, and you've gone for, to be honest, a similar tactic, similar thinking.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've gone for a 4-4-2. Very Shawn Dyche.
Yes. I very nearly played the two defensive midfielders, but the ball winning midfielder I felt I could do with him being more central defender.
James Garner's good,
yeah,
isn't he?
He's good in that position. So rather than drop him back into the defensive midfield, I thought I wanted him a bit further forward.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I'm really pleased with that team. I felt that's a good, strong team, really.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, we're both thinking very similar ways because although I did drop mine back, Garner still was in my first 11, so I was happy to do so.
Yeah.
If it meant Garner wasn't, I would have done exactly the same as what you have. And I was in and amming between the players I could sign, whether I went for the 4-4-2 or I went for that shuttle striker, because the only tactical difference is my winger is up there, really, in terms of the shape. So that's quite interesting. In terms of your instructions, it's good to see that you're going for that. In terms of the target forwards that you got up there, the big boys up there, you're hitting those early crosses.
That's the bit that I got wrong last time. I didn't concentrate on what I was doing. I think I missed it. I think I just completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
And I think that cost me.
And then in terms of that, much higher pressing, so staying higher up the pitch to help these boys out. So let's see, at the start of the season, you're in 13th. You've won one, lost one, drew one. Drew against Southampton, lost to Villa quite badly too.
Yes.
But beat Crystal Palace away from home, which is a good result.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'm just a bit worried about, they had a player sent off, but then I was 1-0 up anyway. So.
Yeah. Went through to the next round of the cup.
On penalties, I'll take that.
Yeah, and of course,
get through.
Every round counts now in the way that we're doing these one season ones, because if you only get to the second round and I get to the final, that's like 5 or 6 points that I win just off the back of that. So not only do you have to try and push to win these, but you have to push to get as far as you can. And that's hard to do simulating.
Yeah, it is.
Because obviously the assistant manager tends to just drop players
he does,
in the cups. And it's very annoying. I wish they wouldn't do that, but there we go. All right then. Before we check to see how we do against each other at the end of the season, I've also run a simulation with Shawn Dyche as the manager still in charge, with the money. How does Shawnee boy do? Let's find out. Well, at the end of the season, Shawn Dyche is still in charge of Everton.
Yeah.
He's still there.
I'm pleased with it. I do like him.
Yeah. Bit of a character, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Now, Everton finished in 12th place. So that's not a bad finish.
I think the fans would be happy with that. At this particular moment, they'd be happy with finishing 12th. Going into the new stadium.
For sure.
Yeah.
In terms of the points, he doesn't win any in terms of the players' ratings or player statistics. Calvert-Lewin was close, though. Only 3 behind Erling Haaland, but second in terms of how many goals overall. Let's see the team overview. They haven't won any points there. And the player overview, no points there for Shawn Dyche. But again, as we say, I think he's done all right in terms of that. How far did he get in the cups, though? That's the question. Is Everton a cup team? Well, to be honest, we have actually looked at who he brought in. Let's see who he's brought in. He had the £150 million. Did he spend it? Because that's quite an interesting thing. I mean, he's brought in a £50 million Patrick Vimmer. It's a lot of money, but it's a very much a Shawn Dyche type of player. The teamwork, work rate, aggression, not amazing technically.
No.
That is a Shawn Dyche player I've ever seen one in my
100%,
eyes.
yeah.
So not a bad player on the wings. Nelson Semedo for £43 million. I'm starting to question why they spent that much money on right back when you got Patterson in there. I'm quite surprised by that. And again, he's 30, so that seems like a waste of money to me. He also brought in Coquelin. That's, again, very much a Shawn Dyche player. Yeah. Just an horrible person to play in the midfield. Tyler Goodrun, I think that's just one we've just got to ignore. That's one for the future.
Definitely, yeah.
But Guana Duarth, I never know how to say his name. That's a good signing.
I did look at this guy.
Yeah.
I did look at this guy.
Good signing.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's nowhere near as good as what he would be, only 20 years of age, if you continue to play this.
I think if you're going for 5 seasons, I think you'd have been definitely sort of getting for that price you'd have got him in.
And the AI doesn't know we're only going to stop at 1 season. No. So that is actually quite a good signing. And that's what they spent all of their money on. Now, did they spend £150 million? No, but they spent 125 close to. That's quite impressive, actually, for an AI.
Yeah.
We've seen doing the DOF challenges. They don't like spending money at all.
No, I don't know.
So it's not too bad. They haven't exactly sold a lot of players either, so we're not losing any players. Cup then, how have they done in the Cup? So we've seen how they've done in the Premier League. FA Cup, Burnley in the 3rd round by his old club.
Oh, he wouldn't have been happy with that.
He would not have been happy by that at all. The EFL Cup did get a lot further. Semi-final.
Ooh.
Yeah. Knocked out Argo along the way.
Only losing to Man City. So, you got to be happy with that.
On penalties.
Yeah. I think
that's a good season.
I mean, they'd have been so disappointed with not making the final. That's the worst. I think that's the worst game to lose.
Yeah.
The semi-final, innit? So, but he would be... I think for the season, he'd be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
12th position, semi-finals of that cup, Carabao Cup. I think I set a good target,
Yeah. Evertonians, if Shawn Dyche did that, given the fact that he spent £130 million, would you be happy with that next season? If you have a tycoon takeover that gives you money as you go into next season, let us know. But now it's time to see who's done better out of me and Dad. Let's start with you first. All right then, 8th place finish, better than Shawn Dyche.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Same points as Arsenal.
Yeah, so 1 point away from coming in 7th. I'd have preferred that. Place in Europe. I mean, obviously, there's nothing beside my name, which is very disappointing. So
no cup wins.
No cup wins there, yeah.
But you might have got quite far in it. Given that, obviously, that will have
I still think,
points.
really, that's an hard target for you to beat,
Yeah.
Because Everton are not a side that are expected to be in the top 5.
No, you only lost 9 games.
Yeah. I'm tell you what, I'm quietly confident here.
9
All right,
games.
I'm a bit worried that I haven't done well in the cups. But to get that 8th position, I'm quietly confident.
All right, so profile of the league. Oh, Calvert-Lewin got 25 goals. Doesn't get you a point.
He's second in the average ratings as well.
Second in the average ratings. He does get you a point, though, for winning the most man of the matches. So that's fantastic. Let's see. The team overview. Nothing there for Everton. Player overview. We know about that one.
Yeah.
Nothing else, unfortunately, for Evertonian players. So you get a point at the least.
Definitely got a point, yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. I feel harsh that you haven't got like European football from that because you obviously haven't scored enough team goals. 21 goal difference.
I just drew too many. When you look at Arsenal, lost 11
draws.
compared to mine 9.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But what about the cup competition? Did you manage to get far in them? Semi-final in the Carabao Cup.
I'm definitely not happy with that. Losing to
Liverpool.
I could have got sacked just for that.
Yeah, 4-1 loss in that semi-final across both legs. You would have faced Newcastle in the final. But it is far in the competition.
Yeah.
Quarter-final, you knocked out Sheffield United, only on penalties. Hull City 5-1 in the 4th round. 3rd round, we've seen you had Leeds. You beat them on penalties again. It was tough to get there. Argyle knocking out Man United, by the way. So that's not bad. 5th round by Sheffield Wednesday. You think 5th round's not bad, but it's the opposition you go out to.
Yeah.
Championship side, you've got to be a bit gutted by that.
Very disappointed by that.
Yeah. Knocking out Sheffield United again. They must absolutely despise you this season in the 4th round. 3rd round, knocking out Fulham. So a couple of rounds that you've gone through there. After seeing this, what do you think?
I'm nervous, to be honest, because you had a hell of a good start. I mean, I'm really pleased with the 8th finished. Disappointed with losing to Liverpool, obviously. I think the fans would be really pleased with that sort of finish, but I'm a bit nervous now because you had a hell of a start.
Yeah.
And to see my team finish that good, so with the right tactic, you know that it's possible. So you could be there or thereabouts, I think. But I want to say I'm still quietly confident.
All right. Well, in terms of the players that you brought in, obviously Calvert-Lewin had the most goals, 26. Vedat Mariki played 25 games, only got 8 goals.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with that.
Not a lot in terms of
especially seeing you see 1 assist.
Yeah.
If that was 8 goals with 13 assists, I'd have took it.
Think, all right, good signing. The other player that you brought in that played quite a lot of games, that's Vixel. 4 goals, 3 assists.
That was a good signing, really. Seeing you played that amount of games.
Not bad at all. Caio Enrique, 12 assists.
Yeah.
Probably your best signing.
Yeah,
by the
definitely,
looks of this.
Yeah.
Foyth, 39 games, 1 assist, no goals.
He's played a lot of games.
Did he play on the fullback or?
He
played wing
there.
back. He did not get the assist, did he? I mean, his crossing's not bad. Passing 14, you'd still expect at least a couple.
Yeah.
Just from finding players, you'd expect a couple at least, but.
I mean, he's helped the team get to 8th, so
yeah,
you can't argue with that, really.
Leon Bailey, 1 goal, 7 assists.
He's disappointed me.
Yeah, that's not great. And Diakate, only 13 starts, 1 goal.
Yeah, I mean, he was whether he was going to play anyway, because my defense was quite good. I just brought him in to sort of make it a little bit stronger, but yeah, I think Leon Bailey was my biggest disappointment because I expected a little bit more out of him through assists and a couple of more goals.
Yeah,
and the big striker up front. No assist. Well, 1 assist off him. That was a real bad disappointment. So I am nervous now.
Okay, let's find out. How did I do? Well, you were right to be nervous.
Wow.
I was 2 points away from winning the Premier League with Everton in 1 season. Liverpool only beating me to the title.
2 points.
88 points they got.
They tried to give it to you as well. They lost 2 of the last 5 games.
Yeah. That's so heartbreaking.
That's brilliant. Well done.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that. 2nd place with that team that you had.
Yeah. Losing to Liverpool at Anfield, I lost a lot of away games. I only lost 2 home games, both to the Manchester clubs. But I would say, really, if you're looking at how high up in the table you finished, only Brighton, Bournemouth are the games that you'd be like, oh, could you have like ground out a couple of results there?
Yeah,
just
definitely.
1 win in one of those gets you the title. I only drew 2. And it was away to Ipswich is probably the most heartbreaking one. But they didn't even get relegated. They finished in 16th place.
They finished 16th, but you'd still think, especially a 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
I think that's the worst draw, I think. It's even worse.
Oh, absolutely. Because Newcastle is respectable. They finished in 5th place. They're fighting for Europe.
Yeah.
And it was away from home at St. James's Park. Hard place to go.
Yeah, you can't
They're
argue
on a
with that.
slope, as some players always refer to. But what about the profile of the league? I mean, I scored 83 goals. I'm pretty sure that's the highest amount, but Vedat Mariki does not get the most, well, the golden boot, which I'm surprised it's him that's up there. Calvert-Lewin with 18, though. So that's decent.
The difference between your strike force and my strike force. You shared it between the 2 of you. I only had Calvert-Lewin scoring my goals tonight.
There it is. I got 1 point there for the most goals scored in the league. 3 more than Liverpool. In the player overview, no players in there, unfortunately. We just came close in terms of that with Vedat Mariki getting the most goals, but nothing else there in terms of points. What about the competitions, though? This is where it's won and lost because Dad's made it to a semi-final. That's a few points, but I have gained, 6 points from finishing higher?
Yeah.
In 2nd place to your 8th. How did I finish in the Cups? Oh, I was so close to a treble.
You were bridesmaid in everything.
Yeah. Oh, I feel so sad for the Evertonians who are watching this because it's an unbelievable season.
You played,
but nothing to show for it.
You played in every game then, really?
Yeah, played in every game they could.
Yeah. Unlucky.
I mean, Carabao Cup, penalties to Manchester United. How frustrating. Knocking out Bournemouth in the semi-final, 8-5. Some unbelievable games that was going on there. In the FA Cup, it's Liverpool again. It's Liverpool again.
The worst thing is that really is the FA Cup was the last game of the season, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Liverpool's just beaten you to win in the league.
5-1 against Arsenal.
And then
you got to play them again.
And you got to play them again, and they beat you in the cup final.
Oh, it's absolute heartbreak. Yeah, as you said, look at the run we went on as well after the 2-1 loss at the Etihad. Went on a lovely run, beating some big clubs in the Premier League. I even beat Liverpool going up to the Premier League.
You look at your last games there. Is it Bournemouth? The Bournemouth game there, look, that's probably cost you the league.
Yeah.
Because you could take the Man City game.
Yeah, absolutely. Away at the Etihad is a hard one. Although it was, look at the goals, 89th and 91st. We were 1-0 up until the 89th.
Well, there you go then.
Absolutely devastating, really.
Yeah.
But Calvert-Lewin, 29 goals. Mariki with 25.
Yeah, so you got the better of him than I did.
Yeah.
But he only gave you 2 assists, though.
Yeah, he hit one for passing. Not at all.
He's a target player. You think he'd be nodding them down, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Neither of them are. They're all trust you. Praise Mendes, though. I was right to lock him in. 14 assists, 15 goals.
You got the
Great
best out of
season.
him. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Dwight McNeil also got 16 assists, really good. But from the players that I bought, Marusic surprisingly did really well.
Yeah.
6 goals, 9 assists. This guy cost me 12 million. That's a bargain.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
For what he's managed to give me back. But Nathan Patterson, if he played more, would he have got more? I mean, 12 assists, 3 goals from that. It seems like my right backs get into goal scoring chances because of the tactic. Maybe that's something to do with how we're playing. It does seem that way, to be fair. The final signing, Tomori, 2 goals, 1 assist. Just a solid defender. He played 47 games. Played as many games as what he possibly could. I think that's really good.
When you finish second in the league, you're not going to moan at your defenders not scoring goals, are you?
No, that's it. Absolutely not. So, I'm really happy with that. I am absolutely happy with that. And I think this system has definitely got the best out of this wing-back on attack role.
Yeah.
So, really good.
I don't feel so bad as I did in the last challenge.
Yeah,
because I felt I set everything up properly. I had the right players in. I was quite happy with my squad. You just had a better season than I did.
Yeah.
You were unlucky not to win something.
So let's look at the points in terms of how we did. Now, Dad, you finished in 8th place. I finished in 2nd. That's 6 points to me. The Carabao Cup, you finished in semi-final. I got to the final. It's an extra point. The FA Cup, you got to the 5th round. I got to the final. That's 3 extra points. And in terms of the extra points you get for topping one of the statistics, you got the most man of the matches. 1 point there. I got the most goals in terms of a team. 1 point there, which means, Dad, you finished on 1 point. I finished on 11. But I
got hammered.
That's inflated because of the 2nd place finish. Yeah. Because the 8th place finish for Everton is a very respectable finish.
Yeah.
That is just unicorns. That's a unicorn season.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime for this Everton team. I think the system just really favoured the players. And to be honest, it's one of the first times in a long time I've built a team around the actual players itself rather than going for what I know works. And the only thing I did, of course, was lock in Mendes there. It just seemed to pay off.
Yeah.
So, we hope you enjoyed it again. Another 1-season challenge with Everton doing the Tycoon Takeover. Give us your ideas. We're not doing any rewards for me winning that one because I was already ahead with the £50 million. But if you can think of other rewards, then by all means, let us know down in the comment section along with those ideas. And please, make sure you are subscribed as we go into the new year. New targets are going to be made. 200k. Next year I'm aiming for. We need your help to get us there.
Yeah, come on.
And if you got loads of time on your hands before you get back to work, there's a few series that me and Dad have done where the 4 movies are out. Maybe the race to the Champions League, starting off unemployed. Maybe a Youth to Gold full movie right on screen for you now. Click one of them and enjoy.